Okay, Berserk Chapter 181 to 185. I will get my own kingdom. Hawk of the Millennium Empire Arc, Holy Evil War Chapter, Prologue to the War. Nothing has changed. Rickert, nothing has ended. If you learn the truth and come to hate me, so be it. But if even then you say you can still chase the dream, I'll have no cause to refuse you to. Wait, I don't understand. What's the truth? Guts, no, move it, Rickert. You say nothing's changed. After everything you did, you say nothing's changed. You should have known. This is the man I am. You of all people. Yeah, Rickert needs to know. Because he was also a part of the Band of the Hawks. Guts, tell it to me. The truth. What happened to Griffith and everyone else that day. However painful it is, don't I have a right to know it too? No, I have to know. Guts. Oh, he's feeling something. And yeah, also forgot that this is their child's body. So once Guts learns about that as well, would that add to another layer of hesitation towards killing killing just his child and Griffith at the same time? That's the truth. How could how could that? At least now he knows. Somehow, at least also now Puck knows. I guess somehow or the other, I'd figured it out. That image was from then. Man, how do you feel about Griffith now? I wonder. I think if anyone learns about this, I guess anyone from the band, it's like what Griffith has done has definitely. I don't know what's how he will be he will become redeem, how he will be able to redeem himself after that. And the thing is, he's not even showing any sense of remorse about it. But I feel like I guess he doesn't really. I think it's partly true that, yeah, he was willing to do it for his ambition. But I guess the one thing that did not change is I think his feelings towards Guts, and I think that is still somewhat showing here. It's no use. It's all buried. What now? This means Guts and Casca's home is and right when we were all together. I'm going to. You carried that heavy burden all alone, while I remain ignorant, comfortable by myself in a place like this. Take me with you. I'm a hawk too. No, why not? Because you could never really hate Griffith. Damn. I guess it's one thing to hear about it, and it's one thing to see it happen. Man, but I don't know. I feel like I guess maybe he will ask Dickert. I think Guts will take Casca with her now. Is everyone leaving? What about Erika? She's all alone. Oh, I guess Guts wants Rickert. Yeah, because what will happen to Erika now? What are you doing? Hurry and catch her. Yeah, and at the same time, I think Guts doesn't want Rickert to go through the same path, to the same thing that he's going through. Because I think, yeah, he knows it's a suicidal path, and it will break Rickert And I don't think he wants Rickert to end up being like him eventually. But at the same time, I feel like it's also Rickert's choice. But I guess I don't know. I guess it's much better that way. Cause yeah, he was also part of the band of the Hawk, and he was one of the original ones. He was there before even Guts was. So, I guess man, learning about what happened, and I guess another thing is that um, Griffith is the one who made the band of the Hawk. He was their leader. He's the one. I guess he's the one that made everyone become part of the band of the Hawk, and same with Rickard. So I guess it's really somewhat similar to Casca. It would be more traumatizing for them and somewhat unbelievable on what Griffith did. It's like a betrayal of someone that they really look up to. I guess the difference with Guts is that I guess it's still somewhat the same, but I feel like it's somewhat more difficult for like any member of the Hawks. I guess especially Casca and Rickard, the closest one to him, to really, I guess, have that kind of feeling that anger or vengeful towards Griffith. I think Guts. I don't know. I guess I could say Guts would be was a. I guess he's the thing is because even Guts is still somewhat hesitating towards Griffith. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm still not sure though. But that's what I could think of that um what Guts meant that you could never really hate Griffith. So that because because one thing is that they really owe a lot to Griffith, and I guess Guts doesn't have that kind of um he doesn't have that something. I guess Guts never owe Griffith anything. It was Guts who became part of Band of the Hawk because he lost to a duel to Griffith, and he just happened to become a part of the Band of the Hawk eventually. So I guess it's much different that way for Casca and Rickard because he was like their savior, their something that was like a father or kind of like an older brother to them that they look up to, and I feel like it's much harder for them, for Rickard, for Casca to have that, I guess, to hate Griffith because I think a part of them still somewhat um believes in him or something like that. So, and I guess another thing is that yeah, he did not saw what happened. He didn't see it, so I think. But I guess they explain it eventually, or even Guts will. So what are we gonna do now? Keep on the trail of vengeance. I won't leave her again. Don't say the trail of vengeance with Casca. I know that's impossible. I know that. Ain't we reluctant? But the elf cave's been demolished. Staying here is a bit out of the question, huh? The fact that two branded people can stay in one place for long was proven at the Tower of Conviction. Ain't there any other elf dwellings around here? None come to mind. Oh, the forest. I think the forest before, where there were children. Then you just lock up Casca up. Then you just lock Casca up again. That's sad. Didn't she run off in the first place because she hated that? Since I'm the only elf expert here. Yeah, there's a place. It's a little far, but it's a beautiful paradise, probably safer and anywhere in this world. Why I didn't think so of sooner? Yeah, my home. Yeah, of course. Yeah, That's the only uh place that um yeah, he could really suggest something that he his home, because it's the I guess it's possible that he might also know other places, but I guess it's the most easiest place that he could really suggest. And yeah, the elf's place somewhat protects them from the evil spirits, and somewhat, yeah, from being attracted to their brand. Hawk of the Millennium Empire arc, the Holy Evil War chapter, Fierce Cushion Attack. You can't even stay just one night. Like I said, as long as we have these brands, we'll just attract the dead and demon spirits. Then you'll be in danger too. I and Erica weren't those goddess parting words? But still, I too don't abandon what you can't replace. Man. Don't abandon what you can't replace. Take care, Casca. You'd better be sure to look after her guts. Snow. That's right, the time I left the Band of the Hawk. It was in snow just like this. The day I quarreled with him was on a snowy hill like this. This time, I'm the one who was deserted. I told you once, I will get my own kingdom. You should have known this is the man I am. You of all people. I won't leave you behind. I won't desert you anymore. This time, I won't lose you. Oh, and Siege of Kushan. Oh man, this is like the perfect opportunity. And then Griffith comes down, destroying the Kushan army. Man, he'll be the hero of the Midland. Damn. Man, they're burning people alive. Oh, these are like prisoners now. Damn. And then the woman will be enslaved. What will happen to us? Who knows? I'm sure we'll be taken to their land as slaves, or else be made to have cushion children. It's the quickest way to take over another race. I heard the rumor that they sacrifice women to their guard. No, either way, we're done for. This town, this kingdom. The Band of the Hawk. Oh yeah. If only he were here, this would never. There's no use saying that now. It's coming. Soon now, our helping hand. What's wrong with this girl? She saw her parents burned to death. She must have lost her mind. It's coming. The hawk of light is coming. I can hear it. That's what the wind whispers. If only it did not take so long for a city to fall. But General, they show no sign of accepting our repeated counsel to surrender. It seems the fear of our army is a bit too strong a medicine. The fools call extermination down on themselves when they could go on living as war slaves. Oh, if they only submit. So they had the choice to surrender. But I guess it all depends on their leader or their king or their lord. Our forces have already managed to bring down 6 fortresses, and yet here you are. An entire clan has failed to capture just one man. I'm flabbergasted, Bakiraka. What makes you a warrior clan? How absurd. And now you say the hawk flew off an evil beast. Who would believe such nonsense? Begging your pardon, but this invasion, I hear tell that it all started based on an oracle received by oh by the high priest. In that case, any kind of abnormal phenomenon should be possible. But yeah, just wait. He'll be coming here himself. One who is a slave ought not to speak as if informed. What do priests know of war? From a military standpoint, claiming an oracle as the start of war is no more than a pretext. Yeah, it's like a propaganda to start the war. You Bakiraka who rely on such muttered type are pathetic. You all were driven from the empire for siding with the defeated royal family in the previous struggle for imperial succession, but your original social standing was at the level of slaves. What good will repatriation do you? Even if our great emperor, he looks like a Mongolian by his armor, even if our great emperor recognizes people like you as soldiers, for amusement's sake, entrusting you with a mission is an act of raving drunkenness. So I guess they were also just oh yeah, I guess they're like another country that was just uh invaded by another country and became part of the Kushan, I guess. Oh, it's fighting back. What are you doing? There. If you would pardon the urgency. It didn't work. Damn. Ah, damn you. They remind me of Akuma from Street Fighter. So, damn. We beg your pardon. So swift, what skills, and they crushed iron armor with their bare hands. Are they monsters? We now return to our missions of searching for the hawk. He's here. Oh, he's riding a horse. I thought he brought Nosferatu with him. Oh man. I guess he could just appear and it would just boost the morale of the soldiers. At the same time, he could just use his own tactics again. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess yeah, Griffith even without the even without the power of the god hand, things like that, just him having an army is more than enough to that he could utilize. So that's one of the really cool things that I like about Griffith is that he's not just a skilled warrior and it's like he's really perfect as a leader and something like that. But I guess his intentions are somewhat still I guess it all depends on as long as it will benefit the purpose, his goal, he's willing to do anything. I guess that's the downside is that he's willing to sacrifice a lot of things for that. But has been a really successful in every skirmishes, every mission that they had. So and if you add that strength that he has, and I guess now he has also probably control of the apostles and even Nosferatu, he would if Nosferatu is just here, even in just his human form, he would be unstoppable. Man. Oh man. And this is the start of his empire. Hawk of the Millennium Arc, Empire Arc. The Holy Evil War. Warcry of the Wind. Is that the Hawk of Light? Impossible. Why is he here? Yo, what's no? That's how fast that horse was? Cause man, that was quite the distance for him to get to the leader like that. I guess even the is not ordinary. Excellency, what do you think you're doing? Fire your arrows. Wait, it's not going through. Oh, damn. Yeah, man. Not one arrow. Did he dodge? Impossible. No way. Could he? Not that many. A coincidence, but I guess he could. He doesn't even need an army as well. Yeah, I guess if he's already that powerful, why bother? He could just be the hero. Fools. Of course, it's mere coincidence. What are you? Why are you just standing there? Second volley, fire. What? Oh, Nosferatu is here, and he's going to be unstoppable. I guess he is already. He's already unstoppable. What is he? Is he with that man? Slay him as well, man. Yeah, that warrior. He's a monster. Stand your ground. They're just two horsemen. Ah, hurry and bring him down. Stop dawdling. What was that? Who is this? From the cushion? My enemies, your pardon for being on horseback. My name is Locus. I have ridden here guided by an oracle. I recognize you as the Hawk of Light. Is this the truth? The Moonlight Knight, Locus. I accept your sword. Delighted. Hawk of Light, I heard he died. Hawk. But that can't be. No, there's no mistaking him. I saw his face in the victory parade at Windham. It couldn't be anyone else. He is Midland's guardian angel. Insanity with just 3 horsemen. Oh, he's working with Griffith. I thought he was going to challenge Griffith. So that's what he meant. I accept your sword. Man, he's getting more and more. Yeah, and he would definitely attract more loyal followers as well. Griffith. The wind whispered that the world has begun to change. It's going to be Griffith's world now. Hawk of the Millennium Empire Arc, the Holy Evil War Chapter, Warcraft the Wind, Part 2. Damn. Man, he's giving me he's giving me the same vibes as Zero from Code Geass. Man, stop them. Man, and this is just the beginning of how stronger he will become. The influence, the authority, and yeah, eventually, especially what's the name of the princess? Yeah, she's still alive, and she still has. She could still, she could still. I think eventually it will happen. She will become. She will marry Griffith, and Griffith will now be the king of Windham. And yeah, they will just take over and defend. I think eventually they will defeat and push back the cushion, but and then Griffith will take over Windham and maybe whole Midland. But I wonder what's next once he finally reach his ambition of having his own kingdom. What does he plan to do next? So is he going to just make his people prosper? Because definitely there's a drawback. Eventually, there's something that will go wrong, and something that um there's definitely a price for. I guess the price was already the sacrifices of all those souls. But once he gets what he wants, what's next? And will he really be satisfied just having his own kingdom, or I guess the most probable thing that will happen is he will just um, invade other country as well and just expand his domain. But I'm not sure how that will fall into the story of the apostles, the demons, because I think there's still that thing. So how will that play into his kingdom? So will he be an ally of the humans, or is it going to be like some kind of way of coexisting? I don't know. So what's the deal with that? So I guess if he's part of the God hand, he can't really go against the anything that the other four is doing. Cause yeah, remember they were also like they have different things definitely that they're doing in the world, like the the heretics and then the Holy See. So I wonder how will all that play into to this world, or do they not even care? They're just up there. They're just in the other realm, doing what they want. But I think the Skull King mentioned also before that um, maybe this is just a step towards where the two worlds will be connected, and then once that I think it has already started with the eclipse that the demons and the monsters has appeared. So yeah, I'm still not sure about how is this working towards how is this somewhat benefiting the monsters or demons, cuz and with the god hand, cuz yeah, they're somewhat like allies, right? They're the same, they're from like the same kind of world. So I think that's the thing I'm still curious about, because yeah, with the word the way this is going is that yeah, Griffith will eventually have his own kingdom, and then um yeah, fulfill his ambition. But how does that affect Guts? So I know Guts wants to kill Griffith, but what will really push Guts towards? Because yeah, I can't imagine Guts will be able to get near him now even more, especially once he gets his own kingdom. I guess Guts could take on human armies. I guess armies he could deal with them. But yeah, but the thing is, he's still also conflicted whether or not he's going to go after Griffith. So what will I want? I guess it's there's still a lot of chapters eventually. I think we see, but I'm just really intrigued on how it will play out right now. I guess because uh yeah, I guess I'll just keep on reading, and yeah, I'm just really somewhat excited and very yeah, I'm very excited to see how it will play out, because this is now, I guess just seeing this happen is like um uh it's already, it feels like it's going to be an easy road for Griffith now, but I kind of want to see how, I'm kind of curious to see how this will, what will be the stumbling block for Griffith now, or is it just going to be so easy for him? I guess Guts is the only thing, but I don't know, maybe his greed, maybe Griffith's greed will eventually be the fall of him or something like that. But yeah, I'll just keep on reading. I've uh, I've rambled quite long enough, young master. Wait, what benefit is there in being loyal to these? We should take advantage of this chaos to capture the hawk. Yeah, I don't think you could even get near him. He's incredibly beautiful. It's like he's not even human. Look out. They were thrown down. Impossible. Vita Pasa were knocked down. Oh, what's that? Oh, slow, obtuse, the summit of the Bakiraka. The Tapasa inquired in amazement. What's that? Oh, he's getting more and more followers. That masker Raksas. Why is our clan's exiled here? I heard the oracle. So you're the Hawk of Light. You're lovely. Someday I'll lop off your head and make it mine. Hehehe. Until then, oh, I guess I'll let no harm come to you. I'll play with you. Yeah, but I don't think you even stand the chance against Griffith. Bar the gate, cut off their escape. Ooh, cool armor. It's like a dragon armor. A giant naga. A naga. Stand your ground. He's by himself. Attack. It feels like, I guess, because a lot of, I guess a lot of, like the Holy See, and like the oracles, they somewhat prophesied that, yeah, Griffith will be coming back. So I guess it attracted a lot of people, I guess, from different places about him. Because a lot of people saw the vision of Griffith, about Griffith. Damn, he even breathes fire. Or are you telling me he's an apostle as well? It spat fire. Yeah, I guess he's just a knight, a warrior. Message: all forces in the stronghold deploy. What in the? Who goes there? That's the Hawk of Light, the savior of the world. Or perhaps. Ah, you're back. Ooh. A fairy. Like, are they like witches? Thank you. Why you have to use a bird? Or I just like maybe mages? I'm not sure if there's mages here. Nearing that force field, the luminous body was perilous. One mistake and I'd be lost in the astral world. Geez, Shirk? Skirk? Shirky? You're so tough to understand. The angel is the hawk of darkness, the master of the sinful black sheep, the king of the blind white sheep, the one who shall call down upon the world an age of darkness. This is what I'm talking about. This is just like a front of like, yeah, he's like, he's saving the world. But behind that, and there's a deeper, darker plot. It's just like a farce. It's like, it's a front for what she's really about to do. So wonder who this, I guess she's with a fairy. But what is she? I'm guessing a witch or something? Or maybe a sorcerer? But I guess based on the hat, like a witch that has a fairy. So I think the fairy will definitely play a bigger role here. Especially, I guess, I feel like they're just like the more neutral or somewhat a different um, part of this realm. Different race, I guess, that's not against the humans and somewhat against the monsters. So yeah, a choking stench, mind's gone numb with the stench of blood hanging in the air, dyed red, everything red, red in the setting sun shining upon the blood. This scene, which should be only gruesome, however, damn. Instead, it was like an inimitable painting. Inimitable painting. The blind sheeps. You were now surely in the midst of some extraordinary tale. But yeah, what's the cost of this? They already I guess Griffith gaining this power has already cost, I guess, hundreds of thousands of lives. But I guess if what will be what will what's next though? How many? I guess um the cushion attacking the Midland is it's not Griffith's fault. It's There's going to be a lot of people dying eventually. But after that? What's what's going to be that? What's I guess the Age of Darkness might be um I don't know, maybe opening up more portals or something for the demons, and because of the souls that was killed there, so maybe like will be used as a sacrifice or something like that. Thank goodness we found a place where the snow and wind are tolerable for the time being. It is nice not to have to move with so many people, nice and quiet. It truly feels like a journey. How so? It's cold, we're hungry. None of it is nice. Then shall we return to the holy city? Give up on the black swordsman? I have no such intention. But I guess at least Guts Guts has that one follower. Man. um for Nice. Yes, this suggests I report to the Court Supreme that the Holy Iron Chain Knights and the refugees were swallowed by monsters. Forget reassignment. We might actually end up being tried as heretics. Wonder if the vice commander's okay. He's an overly literal man. Besides, I no longer care to return to that mansion. But listen, what are you doing over there? Come closer to the fire. Ah, no, you didn't worry. We can't afford cushion or the like to show up, so I will keep watch. Who would be out in the snow? Come and warm yourself. I'll not have one who supplies my food collapsing. It was a snowy night just like this when I happened to meet Lady Farnese. Cold and hunger called forth that childhood day. Oh. From now on, we're the ones who say who gets food around here. Runs like you don't get a share, now get lost. You little. This is the holy city, the capital where God dwells. The myriad towers aspire to praise God. The bells to sound His glory. Here everything exists for God and all is offered up to Him. For those with nothing to offer, this city could prove to be a harsh place. In a rotting hovel on the edge of said city, I spent my youth together with it. A dim room at the rear of the second floor. Opening that door was always depressing. Emaciated to skin and bones by illness. I have your meal, mother. It reminded me young me of death. So I guess this is she wasn't being burned right now. I guess eventually. Where have you been while your mother suffers here? So my back aches. Rub it for me. Her protruding, twisted spine and ribs made her seem like some strange monster. How did you get those bruises? Oh, I got into a fight with boys in town. Slap. You are an aristocrat. Fighting with commoners is absurd. You must have pride. You alone are my hope. Someday your father will come for us. You must have the pride of an aristocrat so you don't disappoint him when that day comes. You mustn't get too excited, mother. You will suffer another coughing spell. I will give this to you. Have pride. She repeated that delir- deliriously like some mantra. Apparently, long ago, she worked as a maid in a certain nobleman's mansion. She said at the end of the honeymoon with him, she was blessed with me. Carry it with you always. Perhaps one day it will prove your claim. So I am the bastard son of a nobleman. Mother clung to her sweet memories and lived vicariously by burdening me with her dream. It seemed she couldn't even imagine how in the world a child not even 10 had to manage to support himself and his mother on her sickbed. You owe my brother one for yesterday. Damn. Yeah. You have this, you struggle. you s- People struggling in poverty, sickness, man, and then invasion. Then you have to deal with the monsters. Man, this is really a harsh world. Every day, mother forced me to bear more pride than I ever could. Beat him half to death, and every day the city robbed me of that pride completely. Before I knew it, I'd lost all expression and no longer felt anything. So I think it's Farnese who saved him or helped him. And yeah, I think they also mentioned that before. That's the only reason he became part of the Holy Iron Chain Knights is because of Farnese. I can't move at this rate. I'll be buried in snow. Maybe that's just as well. Might be easier. The sound of wheels. Stop the carriage, my lady. I knew at a glance. Aristocrat. The word was a curse to me. What gazed down on me was like, unlike myself, no impostor. A genuine daughter of nobility, perfect from her head to her toes. Silly rabbit. Insolent whelp. What is it, my lady? We will be late for our holy communion. What is it? Is this filthy child dying in the street? Holy communion can wait. Put that boy in the carriage. We're taking him to the mansion. Damn. No wonder. Yeah, he's so loyal to her. And this shows, I guess this goes to show, yeah, a good side of Farnese that, yeah, I guess she's always been like, so this is her through nature is that, yeah, she wants to help people. But I guess as she grew up, I guess, and I guess that's the problem is that the influence that she gets as she grew up, and it's so different from, I guess, because it's like somewhat contrast to helping people at times. It's like, yeah, it seems like they're helping people, but uh, it seems like they've also doing a lot of cruel things as at the same time. So, my lady, we shall see to him. No, you shall not. I will look after this boy. All of you may live. So she thinks she's found a wounded puppy or something. Heed this. I am the one who saved your life. So you now belong to me. At the time, it was beyond my ability to fathom. Pledge yourself. But thanks to that, I was able to find unexpected employment, not a noble mansion. What is the name? I was so excited I failed to ask. Now I'd be liberated from this melancholy monster. I would be lying if I said it didn't lift my heart. I was told I would live and work there starting tomorrow. Do not worry, my wages will allow me to hire a housekeeper to take care for you. Although, hearing what she said, this is your one chance to touch noble society. Serve them well. I became aware of my sin. But yeah, I guess eventually, so the time when Farnese, I guess, saw like someone being burned. So I guess she already met Sir Pico back then. Because if I remember correctly, her mother, Serpico's mother, was burned because she was suspected as a heretic. But it seems like, I guess here, I guess he feels somewhat, um yeah, he kind of hates there. In some way he kind of feels, um kind of hate towards her mother. So I thought that maybe he still has some kind of, but I guess it's still his mother. He would still feel sad and about what happened to her when she was burned. So that's why I was thinking that is Serpico holding some kind of grudge towards Farnese. That's, I guess that's what I how I see it from the last time, from the last arc. Cause yeah, I remember that Serpico's mother was being burned, and then he wasn't able to do anything about it. It felt like he was kinda sad or conflicted about it. And then we also learned that, eventually Farnese also threw some kind of, she also participated on like burning, but without knowing that it's something. But back then it seems like she was younger, and it seems like right now she's more like, she's more she's more aware. She seems like she's a little bit more mature here, and I think she might understand what happened back then. So I'm still confused about that. So maybe I'm remembering things wrong. But yeah, yeah, she's so much different here, and because I think back then she was, the reason she enjoyed doing it because she was getting some kind of recognition. The people were cheering for her when she was throwing that, she was throwing some the wood with the flame, and yeah, when she was participating in burning the heretics without knowing that, yeah, she's killing people. She's somewhat, partly, uh torturing those heretics, suspected heretics. So yeah, House Van Diemen. Its assets are rumored to surpass the budget of an eminent nation. Damn. Its bloodline is apparent in the royal families of several kingdoms. It is the noble family of noble families, centered in the holy city and boasting tremendous influence even in the religious community. Looking at it again, it's huge, but I was too young to comprehend such significance. Starting today, you're my personal page. You are to obey my absolutely. You are to obey me absolutely. Serve me well. Yes, Lady Farnese. I was released from those abominable days, and with that in mind, I was able to brook that somewhat unreasonable command. One of my new mistress. I guess she was kinda bratty, but she did save his life, and she's also providing him work at the same time. But yeah, I guess it's just her personality. But she was a good person. She was able, she did help, um Serpico, instead of going to, what was that word, communion or something. So poor thing, you put up with it well. You say you fell off a horse, you might have some broken bones. All of Lady Farney's servants get fed up with her disposition and ran off. She even set fire to one girl's dress, badly burning her. Mind you, don't go and put the young mistress in a foul mood. All in the mansion tread fearfully around this little tyrant. But she had a fitting reason to be such. Her father, the Lord Van Diemen, was zealous for his work and rarely returned to the mansion, and her mother, losing herself in dissipation, abandoned her daughter daily. What's dissipation? Her parents buried her in things to express their love. Yeah, she was feeling lonely. The Lady Farnese was literally left to herself in this expansive mansion. The solemn statues looked down upon her, a grave and gloomy labyrinth. While there were dozens of servants employed, she would rarely pass even one of them. Something about it reminded me of the melancholy hovel in which Mother and I lived. In this huge prison, she lived alone, as she saw fit. You will catch cold. Maybe it was not mere pity and selfishness. Maybe we both sense the same scent upon one another. Mm. Maybe she needed someone to be with her. One stormy night, listen to me. You will stay here all night and hold my hand. Yes, my lady. Eek, no, Lady Farnese, it is alright. Do something. Do something about that thunder. But I cannot. Eek, eek. Oh no, the window. Lady Farnese. Lady Farnese, where are you? Oh, what was that? There in the storm, she was dancing in circles, crying out in a queer voice that was neither a scream nor a laugh. Something ghastly compelled her. Lady Farnese, it's a storm. You just need to become a storm yourself. It was this abnormal behavior that repulsed the people around her. One time, she led me to the woods behind the mansion. There, deep in the forest, existed a tiny clearing. Suddenly I realized that scattered around us were what looked like the small bones of animals. Oh, the holy sea symbol. Like, fetch me some twigs. This small bird. Just recently, Lady Farnese had been doting upon it. Lady Farnese, it wouldn't become attached to me at all. But for but a moment, it fluttered fiercely and cried out. Then, before long, fell into silence. This is my crematory, my holy altar. I burn all the bad ones here. She spoke absurdly. That story about the burned servant wasn't a lie. Her smile illuminated by the flames. It was as if, in doing this, she intended to frighten people and drive them away. But then why? So she was younger then. The plaza overlooked by Lady Farnese, it was used for stake burnings during the height of an inquisition. I heard that when she was younger, she went out and threw torches personally. So yeah, that was before. She was younger back then. So I guess that wasn't, because at first I guess I somewhat suspect. I guess it was just a suspicion that it was Serpico's mother that was being burned. Because yeah. So maybe I was wrong that it was Serpico's mother was also burned before. Hmm. So yeah, I guess this is what started that. I suppose she was alone in the darkness, lit only through the window by the flickering flames. Father, one snowy day, the master of the mansion returned home. It had been over a year since I was hard, but this was the first time I had seen him. Just a minute, Farnese. I was just discussing business. Yes, father. Oh, what is that filthy doll? Throw that out. I can order as many new ones as you'd like. Anyway, run along for a ride now. Yes, father. Lady Farnese. According to my fellow servants years ago, the one time that the family took a trip together, Lady Farnese nagged her father to buy that rabbit for her. It seems to have been a precious memento. Oh, she's burning it now. Lady, go away. I'll burn you up as well. She is afraid, afraid of being left all alone in this vast prison. She is afraid, so she injures them. She is afraid, so she estranges them. She is afraid, so she is desperate to be the one who is feared. Before a child can ever grasp for happiness, he must bury that part of himself adapting to reality. However, before long, his true self vanishes as the snow piles up in the labyrinth. One time I was halted by the master of the house. What is it, master? What is that hanging from your neck? This, I thought he would accuse me of stealing it. Let me see it closely. Oh, I thought so. Is he the father? It contained an inlaid picture of my young mother and father. Oh. Thus I came to meet him. There was nothing especially moving about it for me. It was rather underwhelming. He's the one. So I guess let me check that again maybe. So this was Farney's father, right? However, the truth that Lady Farnese was my younger half sister shook me more than a little. Father said that there were three men, my half brothers, each vying to succeed him as head of the family. He explained that in order to avoid any more useless squabbling, there was no way he could allow me as a bastard to assume the family name Van Diemen. If I promised to protect the secret thenceforth, I would be granted a title of nobility, and my circumstances would be dealt with an appropriate fashion. Would you be willing to meet with my mother? In time, a polite dismissal. With so many assets, finding me and mother should have been trivial. It is God's guidance, my poor mother. I accepted father's conditions. I hope to remain in this mansion. Very well. Honestly, I am quite at a loss as concerns Farnese. She feigns innocence before me. But I hear from those in the mansion that their lives have been made much easier since you became her companion. That was what the father who saw her only once all year said shamelessly. We do not have the power now to melt the snow that lies thick about us. Perhaps we wanted merely to feel the warmth in each other, a warmth we had in common. Damn! Man, what a revelation. Man. I thought that, I guess he loved, I thought that it was like romantic kind of love and affection towards um Farnese. And at first I thought also that is he some I guess he was so loyal to her, and I guess he could I guess even if they're not siblings, I think what Farnese did for him, saving him from that time, I think it's more than enough to really somewhat make him become loyal to her eventually, and being with her throughout the years. Yes, seeing her. But I guess being siblings is just another thing to that, another layer. But I think if anything, yeah, he just saw, I guess, the suffering that Farnese had growing up. Man. And yeah, and you add that influence of the Holy See. She needed something to latch on, to focus on. Damn. Yeah, she was afraid. Man. Damn. and somehow I guess uh, Serpico saw himself through her, and yeah, how lonely she felt. Cause yeah, they have the riches. She has the everything that I guess she could ever want, except for the love that I guess a parent could. That yeah, the love of her and attention of her parents that she really needed the most, especially after what she saw when she was a kid. Man, man, a lot of things happen in these 5 chapters. And we had Griffith, and now, man, but I really love this backstory of Serpico and Farnese. And I guess this even gave more depth to her character, even more, and even to Serpico, because I guess Serpico is they haven't really focused much on about him before. I really thought he was just like a loyal follower of Farnese, and I guess he still is, but I never knew he was also related to her. And I guess yeah, also seeing more. I guess seeing a lot of I guess more positive things as well from Farnese. And yeah, she was I think she was genuinely a kind person, and it's just that the circumstances that she had to go through, and yeah, and I think she was just trying to get the attention of her parents as well, man. And I guess also the suffering that Serpico, but I guess it's not just Serpico. A lot of people here in this world has really suffered a lot, and but at least he found something. He found, I guess, someone rescued him from that situation, and yeah. So I guess I was wrong about her mother being burned before, because I thought, yeah, I guess yeah, maybe I remember that wrong. Correct. Yeah, I remember that wrong about her mother. I guess his mother, Serpico's mother. So yeah, and then yeah, I guess the 4 chapters were more focused about um Griffith, Guts, and what's going to happen moving forward. And yeah, man, Griffith is definitely going to be unstoppable. But yeah, I wonder how will Guts become like a threat to that? How will he be able to? Yeah, I guess what will Guts do now? Because I guess he's still struggling with whether or not he pursues. I guess he is going towards that, but the thing is, he's with Casca, so he has to worry about her first. I think that's his priority right now. But I think I don't know, maybe once Casca regains her memory or something. But it feels like it's not going to happen anytime soon. I think hopefully eventually she would regain her memories. And yeah, at least also now Rickert knows what happened. Oh yeah, I guess now, yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, they're going to Puck's home. So yeah, I guess if once Guts arrived there, once he guarantees Casca's, um, yeah, once Casca is somewhat safe, I guess he could go on again. But yeah, I don't think so though, because I think that's what he has somewhat realized, that he can't leave Casca alone anymore. And I think the safe her being safe is one thing, but I think her being alone and lonely is another issue that I think he's also worried about. So And I think, I guess at the same time, I think this will also give more information about the elves. What kind of role will they play with regards to this? And seeing what that girl, like a witch that has an elf with her, mentioned about Griffith. What's about? I guess this is. I guess the prophecy about the Hawk of Light is one thing, but I guess the I guess maybe some kind of real prophecy about that is that it's not really. I guess the only ones who knows that Griffith is the Hawk of Darkness is the Skull King, her, this girl, and maybe what other witches or elves, and then Guts. So, and yeah, she mentioned here that yeah, the world will end up in an age of darkness, not really the guess because the I guess the normal people of Midland would saw it as like the savior of their kingdom, of their world. But yeah, there's something else behind that, that saving at so yeah, there's a cost of that, for that. So it would seem like he will be protecting Midland, or maybe just Windham, from other, I guess, invasion. And maybe he will also prevent the plague, I guess, make the country prosper. But there will be a sacrifice, there will be a cost for that. And I'm really scared what's the payment for that, what will be the cost. And I guess it's definitely also connected with the monsters and the demons. So yeah, because he's I don't think this is just going to be him, um like improving his kingdom. I don't think that's what the other god hand want. That I don't think that's the whole reason the other god hand, I guess, chose him or something. Or I don't think that's the only reason he was chosen, as to become like the Hawk of Darkness, to be part of the god hand. So definitely there's a grander, bigger plan for that. They have a much bigger purpose of choosing him. So yeah. But yeah, I also really love this part as well, where we finally, I guess, get a lot more, especially for I guess, if anything, this is more about focuses a lot more about Sir Pico, his motivation, his I guess his backstory as well, and why he's so devoted and loyal to Farnese throughout, or I guess throughout the times we saw him. So yeah, so they're half siblings, and he's like, I guess maybe Serpico is a little bit older. He's like an older brother. I wonder if Farnese knows about it. So yeah, but yeah, I guess getting more and more invested towards Farnese and Serpico, and now even more, after learning, I guess, about their their story. And I guess a lot more for, especially for Farnese, um, helping um, Sir Biko, if anything. So I think it's just like a genuine um, thing of her, that yeah, she saw a person who needed help, and she helped. She provided that help. I guess she did kind of um, also use him as like her like assistant or something. But I think at the same time, I think she really also wanted to help him. And yeah, and the thing is, she even abandoned her holy communion. And knowing her, how fanatic she is towards the Holy See, and she prioritized helping a person instead. This goes to show, I guess, what I guess her character is, and I guess it's just that um, it's like her way of, it's her own way of, I guess, dealing with her loneliness, and it's like her escape is uses that, and I guess the thing is that it's somewhat also somewhat blinded her towards what she should be really doing. So yeah, it's been a great read. I guess it's just getting better and better as we go along. I guess because of the characters that was already introduced from the beginning, and yeah, I guess it's just that um yeah, I guess after losing a lot of the characters from the golden age, I guess it's a good thing to know more people that, especially a lot of great character development as well, that will definitely play a big role in Guts' story as we progress on. So yeah, yeah, let me know what you think about these chapters, and maybe things I missed or things I misunderstood, things like that. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, let me know in the comments, and if you did enjoy watching my read through, please leave a like. Make sure to subscribe for updates. And if you want to watch my read through in the next chapters, just check out the link in the description down below, and it will really help support this channel a lot. In case you decide to support my channel through Patreon. And shout out also to my patrons for supporting this channel. And thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.